I'm going to do what I did yesterday and literally just hit go live without thinking about it. As soon as I start thinking about it, I start stressing about it, and it'll take me forever to click live. So I'm doing what I did yesterday because it worked. And now I just got to refresh one page before I continue into today's gameplay. How exciting. Sometimes you really just got to jump. You're on the edge of the cliff and just jump. Jump. Okay, one of them says offline still, but the ticker's running. So I'm just going to assume ignorance is bliss and just let it ride. It does say a timer is running on that screen, and it says excellent. So even though it still says offline visually to me, it can't be offline, right, guys? All right, we're going to continue the progress we made over the last 3 days. And the progress is just going full wombo at any chance that we get. So far, that's like the only thing that's been working. Instead of waiting, like for example, instead of waiting to play Ethereal Armor or Optimus the Scavenger, we just go for it. And if they counter it, they do something against it that puts us in a compromised position, so be it. And I do really like the fact that, I kind of want to do Feather of Flight here, but that would be kind of silly, wouldn't it? Okay, what do I want to do? I think 2 creatures is better than 1. I just got a text message that I don't recognize. Ooh, that's a good card to scry. All attack, 1 damage. Alright, I'm feeling pretty decent. However, the fact that this still says offline makes me a little worried, but I got bigger fish to fry. He's playing red, so he can definitely kill me. Kill a creature, I should say. Do I want to, instead of going for Optimus as a Scavenger, do I want to draw? Okay. I'm going to listen to my own advice I just said a second ago and take the damage as damage comes. Because this is going to be pretty beefy if he doesn't have a way to stop this. Wonder Weave, there's definitely worse cards to draw than Wonder Weave. I'm going to leave it on top. All attacks. There we go. Mission successful. Kind of. Old me would have left those cards in my hand until something optimal, quote unquote optimal rose. Oh, just spam. I got a spam text message. I'm just now realizing my broker didn't text me back. So I'm not sure when that phone call he wants is supposed to be done. Target creature gains double strike. Okay, it's GG unless he can stop this. He has a response. I can see that clearly. Oh, he didn't. I wonder what it was in his hand. Knowing me, he definitely had probably 45.5 stock ups in his hand. Because I get hit with a stock up literally almost every game. However, I didn't this game, so I should be happier than a clam. And I feel like I am. That rhymed. Actually, I'm pretty proud of that, the fact that those rhymed. And what is going on? It still says offline, but the ticker is running. It says excellent. I'm going to refresh the screen one more time. Okay. It only took 3 refreshes of the screen for it to work. Another pretty decent hand. I'm really liking how today is going. I'm playing against a guy named 2 Gunner. Maybe he's playing red. If he's playing red with that name, I respect it wholeheartedly. Spaghetti, thanks for being here, my friend. Hopefully you enjoy watching someone that's, not very good at the game, but trying to get better. I'm brand new, and I had an epiphany 3 days ago, and ever since that epiphany, I've been playing way better. My win rate skyrocketed. My win rate 4 days ago was pitiful. I don't want this guy to have mana advantage on me, and while he's tapped out, I'm going to Sheltered by Ghosts his Land of War Elves. Because I've learned, as soon as a green deck, if this is the Earthbending deck, has advantage, it's GG's. Not really GG's, more like a bad game. For me, yesterday I played... That did it! I can't believe it! I don't know if I'm just getting lucky or what. However, this strat of just going guns blazing with my advantage cards is working. Before, so the Epiphany Spaghetti that I was referring to, Oh, I gotta remember to redo these. I just wasted 2 games. I could have been getting some precious coins. Before, 4 days ago, I would have a card like Shard Mage's Rescue in my hand or Sheltered by Ghosts, and I'd wait for the optimal moment for it to get the most value instead of taking the small wins, because those small wins add up. That small win just made me win the game. You know what I'm saying? So that epiphany has made me so much better at the game. Oh, and by the way, I see that you're on the vertical YouTube stream. If you prefer less of my big ugly mug on your screen and more of the gameplay, I'm also streaming horizontally on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch and Kick, simultaneously streaming. So if you prefer one of those, I'm on there. I'm in there like swimwear. Okay, if I know green, like I think I know green, I don't think he's going to come after my Optimus the Scavenger. He's going to try to set up his board. So I'm not afraid that he's going to get rid of this. And then I'll have a follow-up play that's going to make me a little bit beefy. Okay. I was right. I was right. Let's go, baby. Okay, that sucks for me. That absolutely is dreadful for me. I can only get rid of one of them. And it makes me feel like it's less important to get rid of one of them because he already has 3 freaking lands in play and a Land of War Elves. But I might as well get rid of the untapped one. So I'm a little bit less afraid to just attack this turn, deal a little bit more damage. Because what's good? Thank you, my friend. Spaghetti I4E. That's a great name. Terror of the Peaks, that's terrifying. And I don't have any more removal. But maybe, just maybe, I can draw some removal. Come on, baby. Sheltered by Ghost. Sheltered by Ghost, that's what I want right now. It's not, but maybe I can make it strong enough to where he gets rid of his Terror of Peaks. Right here, right now. Surpass my limits. Come on, baby. Get rid of your Terror of the Peaks. No, he's not going to. However, his life total is low enough to make him one-shottable. So maybe I can pull this off. Summon Fenrir. First time I ran into this card. Don't know what it does. I haven't ran into a lot of cards. Actually, I might have ran into Terror of the Peaks before. Search a library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield. I think my strat has worked. Because he's going to get rid of something big. Right here, right now, and I'm going to have a follow-up blocker on the field, which feels phenomenal. And I'm going to leave that Shard Mages in my hand right now because I don't want him to like do something crazy and get rid of my 1 win con right now. What game do you have? I basically only have this, my friend. I used to play Master Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. However, since getting into Magic, they have Final Fantasy cards. And because of that, it has made me want to... What does this say? It has made me want to play Final Fantasy. So if you're into that, let me know. And I do plan on doing that eventually. Whenever Calamity attacks while settled, choose a non-land... Create a tapped... Okay. As long as I'm not being targeted right now, that's all I was reading for. I feel like my life total is healthy enough to not really be worried about anything at the moment, and he doesn't have flying. So... Ooh, you're attacking? I mean, I respect it. While settled, create a non-legendary sacrifice a token. Okay. Don't think I need it. Don't care. More lands, still don't care, but he might have removal in his hand, but I have targeted protection. So I'm not worried. None of these have flying. So I think I squeaked this one out. 6, 11. I'm at 40, guys. Wow. Because I have to go. What time are you going to be streaming? I have been streaming for the last couple of weeks around 10 p.m. every day. However, I chose to do it early. And that's 10 p.m. Pacific time. American Pacific time. However, I would like to start streaming earlier, so if you prefer earlier, let me know and I might start streaming earlier. This is actually the first time I've streamed so early, and it feels pretty good. I have a lot more energy than I normally do. Normally, I hit a wall at that time. But, yeah, 10 p.m. is the average time that I've been streaming and stuff. All right, is that 3 wins in a row? I believe that deserves a fizzy drink. And it might seem weird that I just shook a can of Coke. However, see ya. Thanks for hanging out with me, my friend. It's been a lot of fun. Hope to see you again soon. But have a great day if I don't see you. All right, baby, let's go. Is this going to be 4 in a row? Did I lose a game? I don't think I lost a game. 1, 2, 3. 4 in a row right here. Okay. This is a pretty decent hand as well, just not as good as the previous hands because I don't have an Optimistic Scavenger, but I do have some removal. So if I'm playing against green right now, I can get rid of that darn Badger Mole Cub. And that would feel stupendous indeed. And it's not. It's this little doofus. Remove a counter from this creature. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, draw a card. I don't know. I kind of just want to seam rip it. Just cuz, you know what I mean? And that will allow me to scry. Planes, perfect. I'll leave it on top. Really, the only reason I did that was to scry and get rid of it. I feel like taking early advantage any way I can is what wins me games. Especially with this deck. This deck is basically, you either get advantage or you don't. And if you don't, you lose. All right, what is this card? Is this? Oh, it's blue and black. I hate black decks. Okay, I want to draw a card, I think. Yeah, I want to draw a card. He has a bunch of flyers in his deck, so Optimistic Scavenger couldn't be better. Could not be better. Let's do Optimistic Scavenger. Normally, old me would be scared to play Optimistic Scavenger without Shard Mage's Rescue in my hand. However, I've turned over a new leaf. I gotta take the gambles. And as I say that, it's definitely gonna get destroyed. I guess not. Death Touch? That's alright. It's a 3-drop. That sucks. Definitely sucks, the big one. Whenever this creature attacks, the player with the most life are tied for it. Okay. I guess playing one of these and then wait a turn. Just going to attack with this. Deal some more damage. Man, if I get board wipe right now, I'm going to lose my mind. However, I'm going wide. I feel like that gives me the best chance if he has a Death Toucher. But I do have a flyer. Okay, he spent mana on this, which makes me think that there's no board wipes to come in. But I have been surprised in the past. That's a 2/4. I will let you have that because I could not care less at the moment. That's going to be tapped. So that feels pretty decent. Draw a card, that's fine. I don't really want or need the advantage at the moment. I'm going to seam rip the heck out of that. It can't block though. Can't be blocked. Sig can't be blocked. Yeah, I'm seam ripping the crap out of that. And that will give me 2 flyers. Boom. I'm gonna enchant. I'm gonna put a +1, which will modify my Wonder Weave, which feels great. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna pay the? He's definitely not gonna be able to pay the ward cost. He might want to though. The seam rip goes off. I get the scry. Come on, let me scry. A plains bottom. I have enough plains at the moment. I need something impactful like a Sheltered by Ghost. I'm going to attack. Ooh, that's helpful. Until the end of turn for each enchantment you control. I forgot. I just thought it was a +1/+1. Honestly, out of all the things that you could have destroyed, I'm okay with you destroying that one. He should have destroyed the Optimistic Scavenger. That puts him at a worse spot going forward. But I suppose he probably knows that if he outlasts me, it's good for him. When this creature deals combat damage, I don't care. It's not going to. I guess whenever this creature deals damage, draw a card. That sucks. But I'm going to block this one because why would I take needless life point damage? Choose one blocker, but no, I'm not going to because I want to have 2 flyers in the air, and if I draw an enchantment, draw an enchantment, which I think I may. It gives me a win con. Because he's going to be... Oh, man, that sucks. Okay, well, that actually does suck. Him getting all these cards is not good. The fact that that's a 2-3 is also not good. Okay, I think I lost this game unless I draw something crazy, which honestly, there's no card in my deck that gets me out of this situation. It makes the situation a little bit better if I draw a Sheltered by Ghost. Like this one's a problem. However, that still doesn't win me the game. I would need... Actually, the only card that I could draw right now that would help a lot is... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm not gonna block until I really have to. Where's that card? Ethereal Armor. If I draw Ethereal Armor, there may be a little bit of a chance because this will make me a 4/4. That will make me pretty beefy. But he's about to draw some life here. Whenever Cecile, now he's at how much life? I thought he was gonna gain a bunch of life. Maybe I thought that's the end step of the combat. Maybe. Okay, Ethereal Armor. That's my only chance. Come on. Ethereal Armor. If I don't draw Ethereal Armor, it is end of the game, end of the road for me. What could he possibly be thinking about? He has a 1-drop that he can do? Seriously? God, black is just... Black and blue, when you combine the two, they're the worst of the worst. So it sucks. That definitely doesn't do anything. Oh, I should have put on the other Wonder Weave. Damn. Damn it. 3/5. Oh, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference. But I do have another blocker. So maybe I can live one more turn. Maybe. He's not tapped out. He can block with a 4/4. This would get rid of this. You get an emblem with ninjas you control, get +1/+1, Sorrel 2. I gotta put his life total at low enough to have Ethereal Armor give me a chance to win. 3, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna be able to chump block at least. I might be able to stay alive for one more turn and hope for... I mean, at that point, a Sheltered by Ghost will even get the job done. Because these will pop off, and if I keep my Wonder Weave Aerialist alive, I will have 6 damage. I might not have enough after lifelink. Okay, that makes it a little bit worse. 3, 7, 8, 11. I'm going to have to chump block with both of these things. This doesn't have haste, so I don't think I have to be worried about it at the moment. Lifelink, Indestructible, Death Touch. These death touching abilities. Oh no. That is end of the road for me. Dang it. If I drew Ethereal Armor, I would have won. That sucks. Oh well. I am 4-1 now. Hey, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. That is definitely sometimes the way the cookie crumbles. Let's go on a run right now. I'm gonna go on a 3-0 run. And by the way, if you saw me shake this can up, if you tap the top or the bottom or the side, it gets rid of the explosive power of it. Science! That's why I did it. Is these things, Coke Zeros, it's like so, it's not really even fizzy. It's like foamy. And it's terrible. See that? Opened without any muss, no fuss. Not a single cuss. I have 2 1-drops in terms of creatures. So I'm feeling okay about this hand. But this can go horribly awry if I don't draw correct. The fact that this is taking so long makes me think that he took a hand that he might not should have. I don't know about that English there, folks, but we tried our best. The Veteran Survivor is going up first because hopefully I can get something in his graveyard. Oh, a red and white. Like to see it. Don't know what this card is. When this creature dies, create a 1/1. Okay, I'm not going to seam rip that. Wait a second, I might want to. I might want to, actually. Do I save my seam rip to hope to draw an Optimus Scavenger? When this creature dies, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature. Okay, it seems like his strategy revolves around artifacts, so I don't want to give him advantage if I don't have to. And since it says dies, it's definitely going to be part of his strat, so I'm going to exile it. This probably would have been a better one. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 combat damage. That doesn't scare me, my friend. Maybe it should, but it does not. This has reach. That doesn't give me... Dang. When another creature enters... Dang. I really played that just because I wanted the card draw. This will make it a 3/2. Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm not going to do that yet. I will attack with my Seasoned Worn Guard, though. Wow, why didn't he block? Maybe he thought I had like a battle trick in my hand. No, sirree, Bob, I did not. Shocking Sharpshooter. This is an interesting deck. The first time I ran into this deck, whenever you deal combat damage, I mean not combat damage, any damage, you gain speed. I believe that's how it works. I came into the game after Ether Drift. Pay the 1. Of course I'm going to pay the 1. 3, it's a 3/2 now. It's a 4/2, and I'm going to start scrying. Neither of my jabronis will die, unless he has a battle trick, which he might because he is red. Planes? No. I want something other than planes, please. Please and thank you. So if he blocks, both of him will die. I will not, and now he's down to 8. And I still have a blocker, so I'm feeling pretty decent. Feeling pretty decent. Mad decent, some might say. That is what I wanted to draw. I didn't want you to draw it. I wanted to draw it. That sucks. Oops. I hit him with the oops. This is 2/3. I will die, so I'm not going to block that. And now he gained... Oh, another planes? You've got to be shitting me right now, mate. That's a 2. Auto pay. Put it on my Seasoned Worn Guard. So at least I won't die if I attack with that. And that will allow me to scry, which I obviously need to get rid of these... You can't make this up. This is the first time I'm ever drawing planes, and it's the time I don't want to. But he's about to gain 2 of that back, but I can do 2 every turn. No, I actually do 4 every turn when you control a token, because that counts as a token. So that actually, I like the synergy there. I thought the synergy when I added this was just with that the saga I play, but apparently not. Okay, that actually is okay. I'm not mad at that turn. I would prefer something else. I would have preferred something else wholeheartedly. However, I am about to get a +1/+1 once I pay for Spellbook right here, right now. I'm going to put it on this, which will make it a 3/3, which won't make it. It will make it so it won't die when he blocks, if he does block. And I guess I'll make this bigger. Which one do I want to make bigger? This one, because then both of them will die if he chooses to block. I think that was the correct decision there. I kind of wanted to put it on Optimus the Scavenger, but, you know. I don't know. Maybe I should have. Just to make it a little bit less likely that it poofs out of thin air. Okay. Do I leave this on top? I would rather have an enchantment, but I really can't risk drawing another planes because that would put me behind, and I forgot that I scried twice. So maybe I should have put that on bottom. Flash from this creature. Okay, he's going to jump block, it seems. What does this say? When this creature enters, get a 1/1. Okay, that's fine. He's going to chump block. This is getting a little dire of a situation. But I don't think I'm going to be dead on board next turn unless he plays something hasty. He's taking 3. He's going to gain 2 back. Okay, so I'm taking 1 step forward once you do factor in the math. 1, 2 damage. That puts me down to 11. Does he have any max speed things? Not at the moment, but now he does. And this creature has double strike. Does it have haste? It does not have haste, so that helps out a ton. And this is about to get flying. Okay, he's at 7. I'm gonna auto pay for that. He has a lot of blockers, but I'm going to make him decide if that's worth it or not. Or maybe do I make that decision for him? 369? No. I think I have to go for it, because if he plays any more cheap creatures, that's what I like to see. That's helpful. I'm leaving that on the top for certain. I wish I drew that a turn ago. Come on, baby. Double strike. I forgot he has double strike, but I don't think that's a problem in this scenario. Is he gonna kill one of these? I don't think so. I think that's his win con at the moment. Wow. Okay, this is stressful, but I do have 2 blockers. Oh, here he goes. 1, 2, 6. All of these deal 1 damage to me? Dang, man. Okay, I'm at 5. Dang, that sucks. 3, 3. I guess I block. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna block. I'm only doing this because it's practice. Because I know I'm done on board. Which one do I block? Do I block this one? I guess that would be the best blocker. I think this would be the best one to block. And I'll hit him with the good game, because that was a good game. It was a fun game. I didn't draw very well, but if I drew it Sheltered by Ghosts last turn instead of the... I should have scryed. Looking back, I lost because I didn't scry twice. I should have put on the bottom. I should have been more greedy. Which, when you're playing greedily, it can really come back to bite you in the behind. But I feel like you had to have done it in that scenario. I should have been smarter. I should have been more greedy. All right. My luck is turning around right here, right now. You got to will it into existence. I do not like how this thing looks. Looks very ugly and creepy to me. This hand is nice. This hand's extremely good. What is this thing? Both of his style of everything is nasty. I'm gonna while blue is tapped, I'm playing Optimus Scavenger. I'm playing as fast as I can against blue-black. I hate playing against blue-black. It's all I play against. Literally all I play against. If I switch decks, I guarantee I wouldn't play against it anymore. You almost guarantee it. Okay. Boom. Give it ward. Because he's not going to be able to pay the ward, but knowing black and blue, he's going to be able to. Now he's going to counter this. But get rid of it. I'd rather him counter Sheltered by Ghosts now. God, I can't express how much I hate black. Everything about black I fucking hate. They have cheap shit. They have hand rips. Everything about them is just degenerate slop. Pisses me off. I'm going at, because I can pay for 3, I don't want to leave 1 up. I'm going to do this. So I have 2 creatures on the field, so this has less chance to fizzle. It feels really bad when a most helpful Weaver fizzles. It feels actually terrible. But because I'm playing against blue and black, and they always have the outs, they're gonna play that thing like a nowhere to run or some bullshit like that allows them to kill my board, but not theirs, somehow. Only deck in the goddamn game that has not just one of those types of bullshits, but multiple. All the fucking time, too. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type gets +1 and add 1 mana of any color. That's pretty darn good. He has 1 mana up, so I'm in a okay position. Put a +1/+1. It becomes legendary spider hero. +1/+1 reach. I probably want to buff up the Reacher, right? To have like a blocker. Scrying would be pretty good, but I can pretty much right away. It's +1/+0. That's the only thing that sucks about it. Let's see. Hindsight, I should have played Spellbook Vendor there. Yeah, I definitely should have played Spellbook Vendor there. Alright, let's see if I can do... I'm gonna... Man, this is a hard decision. I don't think he's gonna get rid of this, though. Well, getting rid of... Yeah, I don't think he's going to. And if he does, I'm okay with that. Yeah, he's not gonna get rid of that. So that was a smart choice. I didn't want to risk the spider dying. So that's why I chose it. I wouldn't really care if that died. So I'm gonna leave Feather of Flight in my hand. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. That's fine. Yeah. I'll play this on his turn in response to like maybe a board wipe or something. Maybe he has something that kills something. And maybe I could even surprise him if he has something that he's attacking with that he doesn't want to lose. And I could Feather of Flight, make it strong enough to kill something. This doesn't have flying right now also. Pass? What is he going to do? Just go straight to attackers? His hand might be trash, which I doubt because I'm playing against blue-black. That's never the case. But I could surprise him. Okay, let's see what I'm going to do. That is 5-7 damage. That's a heaping amount of damage. However, I don't want any of my creatures to die. But maybe it's smart to do that. Oh boy. Whenever a fairy you control enters, opponent loses 1 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. I don't know. If he has a buff spell in hand, I'm dead. So maybe I should have blocked. And it seems like he does. Remove a counter from this creature whenever creature you control deals damage. He's going to draw a bunch of cards. 3, 6, 8. I'm still living. Alright, let's see if I can top deck something good. Whenever a creature you control... Okay. I'm going to put this on my Wonder Weave, which will modify, which will make it a flyer. Makes me draw... Yeah, if I drew this card for a turn, I would have been pissed. Pissed. It does not help at all. However, this is a double. It's going to make this a double striker. He's not tapped out, which sucks. Ethereal Armor, double strike. He only has 1. Okay. I'm going to spread the love with what I'm doing here. I have 4 mana. Put it on this. Which seems a little weird, granted. However, I'm going to make it so both, if he blocks with blocks either of them, okay, this will make it a 3. It was going to make it a 4-3. So I won't die to this. And it has double strike, which will make it 8. So do I want to... Okay. I'm putting Ethereal Armor on this. Autopay this. Put it on Wonder Weave so it won't die if he blocks. 12. Okay, he's gonna have to block something here. But I need multiple blockers in the air. So I really can't afford to attack with it. So maybe I just attack with these two. 12, 14. Man, that's tough position. Because I'm going to die from the crackback no matter what. If I block, each opponent loses 1 life. I need to leave. Oh, man, that feels so bad. I need to leave blockers up. That's the thing. I should have played this with Vigilance last turn. That sucks. Scrying does help, maybe. Dang, I wish I could attack with more than one thing. So close, yet so far away. He's letting that go through? He really wants all of his creatures. Okay, that's summoning sick. I'm at 4/4. I have 3 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can attack with 4 things. So I can chump block 3 times. So I think I might live. He's playing another fairy, so I'm at 3 life. Is he playing another fairy? He's not. Time to chump block if I can. Choose block. Oh, they're all flyers. Dang it. My nemesis continues to be freaking combat and missing keywords. I was making progress for a while, but it still is my Achilles heel. If I drew an ethereal, again, 2 games in a row, if I drew an ethereal armor earlier, I would have been able to pull that out. This is bad. This does not feel good. Okay. I'm going to digest that for a second. I misplayed. I should have played a Spellbook Vendor on my previous turn. But it wouldn't have really made a difference because it's not a flyer. So, hard to say. Hard to say. I definitely could have won if I had... God, another fucking black deck. Why do I keep running into this goddamn deck? I hate it. Literally my least favorite color. And because I hate it so much, this stream might be calling this stream quits earlier than I thought. Hand ripping, such an awesome thing. Literally, like super fair game mechanic. 2/1, all attack. He's not gonna kill his bat, so deal damage as I can. Literally, like the most brain dead card design ever. Like you would think Konami made this card. You would think so. Okay. Calm down. I don't play good when I'm salty. However, goddamn, I'm salty. What is this? 4 games in a row playing against this brain dead deck? Sheltered by Ghost. That feels pretty good. Dark Star. At the beginning of your upkeep, you reveal the top card of your library and put that card in your hand. You lose life equal to... Well, I'd rather have 2 Sheltered by Ghosts. I'm going to modify my Wonder Weave. Or maybe I'll modify this and then use Optimus Scavenger to modify it. Ward 4 feels pretty good. I'd rather do that. I have a follow-up. Make both of these able to kill his Darkstar Augur. That feels pretty good. Attack with both things. That feels great. 6 damage. Oh, I guess that makes sense because his bat comes back. I didn't really think about that. Damn it, I didn't think about that. I misplayed again. Okay, I'm not playing my best. I'm not playing my best. However, I have plenty of outs. Seam Rip, Sheltered by Ghosts, I have 6 outs. What is he looking at that for? I mean, he has a ton of mana. Darkstar Augur. Alright, let me draw a Seam Rip really quick. Ethereal Armor, that's pretty good. Optimus the Scavenger makes it even better. So I guess my out is just to play as fast as possible if I don't draw the Seam Rips. Make this buff more buff, so that's gonna be just a +1/+1, so it's not that impressive right now. And it looks like he's gonna get rid of it. God, this guy's a fucking loser. Anyone that plays this type of deck is a loser. In my humble opinion, of course. However, this game changes as long as I draw a Seam Rip or a Sheltered by Ghost. Really would like a Seam Rip right now. Of course, I'm just gonna start drawing planes. This is actually pissing me the fuck off. Actually pissing me the fuck off. I never draw what I need to draw, especially today. It was going so well the first few games, and then it just fell off the face of the earth. When you do, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Awesome! More brain dead stuff from Black. Gotta love it. Oh, another Plains. You literally can't make this up. Literally. Unbelievable, actually. It's honestly a joke at this point. However, as long as I still have life, I'm not going to give this game up because there's a chance I draw a seam rip. There is a small chance I draw a seam rip. Thank the heavens above. Give me that. +1, +1. +1, +1. He's tapped out. It is now time to go for it. What do I want to get rid of? Is a 3/3. At the beginning of upkeep, reveal a top card. At the beginning of upkeep, reveal a top card of your library. Does the offspring die if I get rid of its mama? Sheltered by ghosts, I suppose. Give it some ward at the very least. A 4/3. Exile this. +1, +1. That's a 6/5. I'm gonna start doing some crackback here. The only thing about it is that I don't have flyers, but I'm getting more life than he can deal me damage at the moment. That's the only part about it that gives me hope. He has a ton of advantage with both of these being on the field, though. A draw 3 every turn is hard to play around, but maybe I can get lucky again with Sheltered by Ghosts. He's gonna have to pay ward twice, right? 4 times. I can't express how much I hate this guy. Literally the most brain dead bullshit on the planet. Sheltered by Ghosts. Oh, another Plains. Awesome. No attacks. I don't want it to die. Okay. The only thing that helps me here is another Sheltered by Ghosts, but even that doesn't help that much. An Ethereal Armor would be decent. Oh, a Feather of Flight. A Feather of Flight into an Ethereal Armor. That's my only out at the moment, but he has so much card advantage that it's pointless. So I'm just probably going to play one more card. I'm just going to draw one more time, and that's it. Feather of Flight, into Feather of Flight, into Feather of Flight, into Ethereal Armor. That's the only way out. It is like the craziest top deck on the planet. And I didn't fucking draw it. Why would I? Now, if I was salty, like if this guy was in my position, he definitely would be time stalling because he's obviously a piece of shit. And I know I'm cussing. I normally don't want to cuss on stream. However, sometimes it'd be like that. All right, change the subject. I'm going to play one more time. And if I continue to draw like an absolute buffoon, I'm calling it a stream. However, I've been thinking about this. This mic is right here. I realized that I could put it over here, and this facing down camera, I can probably put it behind the monitor. And I feel like that would be better. I did this in a kind of a brain dead way. And I think that would be better because it would be coming off over here, but that might block my face. And that's really the only place that the camera could be. I'm keeping this. Anytime I see Optimus Scavenger in my hand, you got to keep it. Even though it's only 2 mana, 2 Plains, which might make me in the position that I was in last time where I was just drawing Plains. He had to put cards back. I'm feeling okay about this now. Veteran Survivor, Feather of Flight would be better. Okay, I'm going for the Wombos. I'm going for the Wombo combo here. If he gets rid of this on turn 1, so be it. And he did not. Okay, I'm feeling pretty decent. Feather of Flight here goes kind of hard. He's looking at that like he wants to get rid of it. Okay, actually, 2 creatures instead of 1 on the board. So I have a Sheltered by Ghost option, dealing 2 damage. That is why I played the way I did just now. So hopefully he doesn't kill either of them, but if he does, he's killing this one, which will give me a Sheltered by Ghost option. Okay, this is great. This is actually great. This is a Reanimator deck, and I think I can play fast enough to where I can avoid all trouble. Plains. Feather of Flight, Sheltered by Ghosts. Feather of Flight? I mean, not Sheltered by Ghosts. Shard Mage's Rescue. Ah, it would have been a lot better if I got well, maybe since he won't be lethal, I can hold the shard mages if he targeted removes, if he gets scared of the little onslaught that I'm putting on him next turn, because that will be game if he doesn't get rid of this and he doesn't have any blockers. It will be game because of double strike. I believe next turn it will activate the double strike. So I might have been able to outpace the Reanimator deck. Hopefully. Okay, he's going to have a blocker. He's going to draw 2 cards. That's fine. That's fine. Draw 2 cards. Hopefully it's fine. I can Sheltered by Ghost also, which will make this a 6, 7. It'll make it a 7. That'll be double strike. Okay. As long as he's tapped out, I'm okay. Did he already play Atlantis turn? I think he did. I think he may have. Okay, he puts cards in his graveyard. Should I pass? 2 attackers, impending 5, resolve. I'm gonna go absolutely stupid right now. Put a Shard Mage's Rescue on it so I don't have to pay the mana next turn. Put a +1/+1 on this card, maybe? No. Yeah, this card, just show love because it's gonna be game no matter what. Double strike. Double strike on this. And now he's thinking, okay, it's not game. Well, guess what? You're playing black, so I'm taking my frustration out on you. I hate you. And all the people like you. He doesn't have the decency to play it through. I've lost the Reanimator decks in the past. When they have that one card, I can't remember the name of it, but it kind of looks like this card. Like a flying demon looking thing. Is that hits the field and then everything else does, and it just triggers unlimited damage. Okay, I'm getting a little too salty to continue playing. So I think what I'm going to do, because I want to, is I'm going to switch to the overhead cam. I'm going to make sure that it's... let's see, I'm going to switch to it right now. Move this over a little bit. Like that. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. Okay, now it's showing there, so now I can just move the gimbal to here. Here. Kind of probably bumped it a little bit. Wait a second. Yeah, it's a little off center. There we go. That's more centered. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the game right now. Exit the game. What I'm going to do is I'm switching from Arena to, I'm going to make OBS big so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to use the gimbal of my little camera bot right there. And now I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to open another Commander product and I'm absolutely going to open a $5,000 Chocobo. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm not actually, I want to make this clear. I'm not opening the product because I want to pull that. I bought it because of the deck. I wanted the deck because I'm in the process of making a pod because I've gotten pretty addicted to the game of Magic the Gathering. And this is the deck I'm going with. This is the deck we're opening live right now. And it comes with a collector's booster. And I pulled, last time I opened one on these on the stream, a couple days ago, is I pulled a $60 card. Tifa. I pulled a $60 Tifa. And that felt stupendous indeed. I'm going to try to open it from this way. Is that better? It might be better to open it this way. Oh, it's definitely coming up a little. Oh, there's perforated edges. I opened this like a donkey last time then. Searching for friends. That is so fitting. I started streaming as a search for friends. Is this going to be my new pet deck? It honestly is the deck that I probably liked the least, or at least the commander the least, when I bought all of these. I wasn't actually going to buy all this stuff, but I met this fella who was a wonderful chap indeed, who like basically hooked me up. I traded him the 1 ring I pulled from the collector's booster when everybody was in the whole cardboard casino when the one of one thing was announced. These tokens are lovely. I love having these tokens. As a new player, literally can't get enough of these. And I just now realized I was unboxing the tokens like a donkey as well. I was pushing up instead of pushing down. Pushing down works way better. Alright, so not only have I improving in the card game, but I'm improving in real life too. Even though today was a frustrating example of my so-called improvement. And these tokens, honestly, they're foil. So like, tokens in general, great to have. Those tokens, beautiful. Best of both worlds. And honestly, a lot of people hate on these deck boxes. I think they're handy. They're just big enough to fit sleeve cards. Much better than having to buy a deck box for a deck you may or may not even like. I'll put that as like some flavor off to the side there. Terra, Herald of Hope. If you don't know what Terra does and you can't read it on the screen because there's maybe some glare or something. Trance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, mill 2 cards. Terra gains flying until the end of turn. I love mill effects. Love it. Whenever Terra deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 2. When you do, return target creature card with power 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I mean, the thing that I didn't love about this is its power 3 or less. However, now that I'm thinking about it, I have a commander deck, a precon that I bought because of it's like a toughness matters deck from Tarkir. And I bought the Walls of Bossing Say. I'm looking forward to building that deck as well, or opening that deck, I should say. So maybe that actually works really well in that deck too. Now I'm thinking about it. It's a 3/3, so the synergy isn't quite there, but here it is. Here is the $5,000 pack. I'm manifesting that. It's a $5,000 pack, and no one's going to tell me otherwise. Let's get to the deck itself. There we go. And then also, it comes with this. Throw that on the ground. I'm going to throw it away in a second. Let's look at the lovely artwork. They were nice enough to give it to us, so I might as well look at its beauty. I wonder what game Terra's from. So I do want to play Final Fantasy one of these days. Because as people talk about it in chat with me, the more it seems nice. Okay. This is red, white, and black. I have red, white, and blue to pick from. I believe that's all the sleeves I have left. Let me look at my shelf of many things. Which ones do I have left? I have these. I think these are Pokemon sleeves. Yes, they have Mewtwo on the back. I have clear, standard size, classic, clear. Clear, matte clear. I bought matte clear actually for Yu-Gi-Oh! As like a way to double sleeve, triple sleeve expensive cards. Not so much to play with. This is a black. It's like my only black deck really besides the other one. So maybe should I do black? Black or blue? Let's just do white. I'm tired of thinking about it. Let's do white sleeves. And then we can put Terra in a red commander sleeve. Alright, that's what I'm going with. And these sleeves, honestly, for as cheap as they were, they're not that bad. Definitely they're not Dragon Shields, but what are? I didn't want to... I already spent so much money on this godforsaken game that I didn't want to spend $100 more on all the sleeves I needed from Dragon Shield. But that's probably going to come. I love the smell of cards, but I gotta say, Magic cards don't smell nearly as good as Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's for darn sure. That's disappointing to me, to be honest with you. It may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand that's important to me. Alright, Terra is in her red sleeve, and actually it looks pretty good in red. Gotta say, because it bounces off the red pip and the red in her outfit. Celeste, Rune Knight. This card looks pretty cool too. What does it do? When Celeste enters, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards, plus, oof. I like this. Whenever one or more other creatures you control enter, if one or more of them entered from the graveyard or was cast from a graveyard, put +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's pretty nice. Gotta say, that's pretty freaking sweet. Coin of Fate. This card looks crazy. This artifact, I love me some artifacts. Cyan, Vengeful Samurai, General Leo. Man, I probably should look up what game this is from. Espers to Magicite. I know Kefla, I think that's Kefla, from just, getting into Magic. Kefla seems like a pretty good commander. At least the price would dictate so. Rejoin the Fight, mill 3 cards. I don't even have to read past that. I know that's going to be a good card to play. Even though it's 6 mana, maybe not. Never mind. That's going to get cut sometime soon. However, my plan with many of these precons was actually not to upgrade them. There's definitely precons that I was planning on upgrading, like, for example, the Creative Energy, which had no pod intention. I just bought that because I thought it was freaking sweet. And also, too, the Miss Bumbleflower deck. And honestly, I'm probably not going to even upgrade the... I might not upgrade any of the Final Fantasy decks now that I'm thinking about it, and that would just be its own pod. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do, because I thought about upgrading the deck that seemed the coolest out of the 4, and that was Ishtola. I made a short about opening that deck, by the way, if you're interested. However, all the potential upgrades were few and far between from what I could glean from EDH Rec. And the ones that were, like Ophidian Eye, that's an expensive card. And when you, I can justify spending, X amount of dollars on a product like this. Because it's all together, and I feel like you just get the value from it. However, when you're spending, more than $5 on a card, I'd probably say $5 is my limit. But honestly, I'm getting to the point where now $2 is my limit of what I'm willing to spend on a card. Because anything other than that, you're 100% the value of what it takes to make a single card. Even more, some of these cards, a lot of the good cards in Commander are Sun Titan, or $50. And that is what, 10,000% markup? That's the way I'm starting to think about it. And I probably shouldn't say that, but proxying is a great way to play the cards, and especially you don't have to worry about a ban list happening and your $300 mana crypt goes down to what, $50? I'm actually surprised that it's still $50, to be honest with you. But I think that there's formats where you can still play it. I'm not an expert by any means of any aspect of the game, or especially formats, because I've only played Standard, basically. I've never really played Commander. I played 1v1 Commander before in the past, but that was way before I even got into the game, because I got into the game because of the Avatar Beginner Box. Dawn Dragon, thank you for being here, my friend. Right now, I just got done playing Magic the Gathering Arena. And now I'm switching. I'm finishing the stream, opening this Terra, Herald of Hope Final Fantasy Precon, and you're about to witness me pull a $5,000 card from this sample pack. I'm manifesting that's going to happen. But hopefully you enjoy watching someone sleeve up a deck. I bought these Final Fantasy decks because I thought the idea was to make a pod. So if I have friends over that's never played or doesn't have a deck, we can still play this game almost like a board game-esque type of thing. That was my thought process of buying these Final Fantasy decks. And also, too, these Final Fantasy decks are sweet. I've never played Final Fantasy, but it makes me want to. Because some of these cards, like Jumbo Cactar, how fun is that? Terra, Herald of Hope, for example, even though Terra is my least favorite probably out of all the pre-con commanders, it still seems like such a hoot and a half to play these things. And that's why I bought them. Also, too, when I get into a game, like I recently got into Magic, is I go overboard. I go way overboard, so I bought way too many precons, way too many cards, but it is what it is. It's a character flaw, and as long as I know it's a character flaw, we can move past it, can't we? High market, like for example, like cards like this, just little je ne sais quoi gems. I mean, it just looks so good. It pleases me. It's like scratches an itch that I didn't even know I had in the back of my brain. There's another one. I think it was Starting Town. Starting Town was freaking. I love that card. They are fun. I know that multiplayer commander does play very differently from 1v1 commander. Yeah, someone way back when I was still full on the Yu-Gi-Oh train, he was like, I'm gonna try to get you into commander, try to get you into Magic. And at that time I was like, I didn't hate Yu-Gi-Oh nearly as much as I do now. So I didn't really like, I don't know, I didn't really give it the time of day. Like I still played the game, but like in my head I was like, why would I go from Yu-Gi-Oh, which is the game I grew up with, heavy nostalgia, and why would I switch? But now Yu-Gi-Oh has gone past the point of no return to me. It's just rock, paper, scissors. And then I played Magic for the first time really with that Avatar beginner box with some friends over the holiday break. And like it played like old school Yu-Gi-Oh in my mind. And I kind of just got addicted from there. And honestly, so did my friends. And I told my friends, I'm actually going to be building that one friend and his fiance decks. I'm actually in the process of doing so, which is a lot of fun. They got addicted as well. And now his fiance is addicted, which is funny because she wasn't even there. So this game, and also too, everyone that I ran into, I started streaming at the same time I got into this game. Everyone that I've met, sans maybe like one person, have been just a peach and a half, man. Everyone's so nice and friendly, so patient with a new player, because I'd be making some really dumb mistakes while playing Arena. Like, for example, one of my viewers gave me a deck. He basically sent me a deck list, said that he went 85% win rate all the way through Platinum. Man, I could not win with that deck to save my life. I only got a few wins. However, I did win when I was playing viewers a few nights, like yesterday and a couple nights ago. I played Yada, Herald of Hope, or Fountain of Hope. Yeah, Fountain of Hope. And then I played a second Yada, Fountain of Hope. Still have nightmares. Like, I knew that was a rule, but the deck I was playing before that deck had no legendary creatures, so I really didn't run into it. And the game even warns you before you play the darn card. And like the meme is, Yu-Gi-Oh players don't know how to read. And by God, we are like a bunch of idiots. However, I don't classify myself as a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm full on the Magic train. I'm a Magic player now. But yeah, I did not feel good sacrificing my own darn creature to the legendary rule after getting warned by the dang game. Legendary rules are always fun to work with. Yeah, man, that felt bad. And to make matters worse, I don't remember if it was the same day or the next day, I ran into a situation where one of my enchantments made one of my tokens legendary, and then I put that same token on the second token the next turn, and I legendary ruled myself that way. So back-to-back days of making the dumbest mistakes on the planet. But in my defense, it was getting pretty late, and my brain turns to mush around that time. Around 11:30 at night is when my brain usually calls it quits before my body does. So I do have that excuse, but in actuality, we all know that it's just because I'm a big dummy. Fun fact, legendary rule was worse earlier in the game. Old legendary rule was used to be that only one legendary of the name could be on anyone's field. That actually seems more exciting, because then you can like have an out to something that someone is like not prepared for in the slightest. Like, imagine playing a legendary creature and you're playing like a whole different commander than your opponent, and then he plays your like commander, for example. That would be kind of funny. But I can definitely see why that can rub some salts in some people's wounds for sure. But that's fun. The thing that I'm having the most issue with still to this day, well, actually, before I say that, I will say about 3 days ago, I was down bad, my friend. I was down extremely bad. I was losing way more than I was the first few days. And I was realizing that Yu-Gi-Oh! Had tainted my brain in more ways than I thought. And I kept like holding on to cards for the optimal time to play them, to like do an OTK type of bull crap. Instead of just taking the small wins as they're presented to me. And ever since I realized that after my horrendous day a few nights ago, I've been playing much better. Yeah, the issue is that it didn't play nice with Planeswalkers. They're usually the same name. Oh, that's a great point. Great point. I would never have thought about that because I've hardly ever run into Planeswalker in standard Magic Arena, which unfortunately is the only games I really have played. So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Are Planeswalkers played as much in Commander? Are they played a lot in Commander? My experience with it really, like I watch a lot of game nights since I've gotten into Magic over the holidays. And I don't see Planeswalkers played as much on that show, which honestly doesn't mean anything, but it's usually how I gauge a card's strength. And I think Planeswalkers are sweet. Super sweet. I also think the Moogle Warrior, every time I see this little guy, I don't know. I just like seeing him. Same thing with Chocobos. Even though, again, I don't know anything about Final Fantasy, it makes me want to explore the worlds. The problem is I don't know where to start because there's so many of them. All right, there's the tokens. It's very nice for a newbie like myself to get the tokens. Put these sleeves off to the side. Now, it is time to open a $5,000 card. It's going to happen right here, right now. Going to surpass my limits. It varies. Most decks that are playing Planeswalkers are in Super Friend decks where it's all Planeswalkers. Yeah, I saw when I was looking at all these precons, I saw a precon that was like Planeswalkers Matters. I wanted to get it, but it was kind of an expensive precon. And I was like, nah, I'm going to pass. But it did seem pretty fun. I think it was actually called Planeswalker Party. Planeswalker Party? Something like that. Some starter commander decks that are in Universe will have a Planeswalker that may support. Yeah, actually, one of the decks I opened already that I was really excited about, which is not my normal playstyle, which made it exciting to me, is Miss Bumbleflower. I know low-hanging fruit, but I was excited because it's not my normal playstyle. Is they have a commander in it, and the commander is kind of nutty. It's Tamio or Tamio, something, something, something. And I believe it literally allows you to play cards from your hand without paying their mana cost. Nuts. However, the card looks sweet, and I'm excited to try it. All right, here we go. $5,000 card. Right here, right now. Damn. Damn. Hey. I shouldn't have commented this card. I should have said I hated it and I wanted to see a Chocobo. But, you know, I'm still happy with the product. I didn't buy this product for the collector's pack. I bought it for the deck itself. And honestly, everyone hates on these deck boxes, but I think they're handy. It makes it so you don't have to buy a deck box. Save some money. That's the way I think about it. All right, in the deck box you go, and that's all I got for today, my friend. I hate to leave you hanging, Dawn Dragon, but I think I hit my wall for at least the afternoon. I normally stream around 10 p.m. to around midnight every day. And that's what I've been doing every day. My challenge to myself, and it's kind of like a diet. If I don't stream a day, I know that I probably will never stream again. So my challenge to myself is that I'm streaming every day. So hopefully I see you again. I only hate on them for one reason. They don't play nice with double-sleeved. Yeah, they definitely don't. Even, in fact, this deck right here, the deck I bought just for myself, not for pod purposes, is this one, which you may cringe when I show you this. It's the Creative Energy deck. And I just got into Magic, so I wasn't around when energy counters were wreaking havoc on Standard, so I totally get why people would hate on this. However, I just think everything about it is super cool and fun, and the fact that everything's foil in it also is very pleasing to a fellow like myself. But even just single Dragon Shields literally barely fit in this thing. So I definitely understand double sleeves, no chance. No chance at all. But double sleeving a commander deck would get super unruly. I feel like even just 100 cards, shuffling it is such a pain in the butt. Double sleeves, you're like shuffling like this. You must got big hands, my friend. You must have big hands. That's like the only downside of commander that I really have at the moment is how big the decks are, which is such a stupid qualm to have with something, really. Because that's part of the fun. 2 games are never the same, it seems. All right, Dawn Dragon. Thank you so much for hanging out with me as long as you have. Again, I might stream again later tonight. Not really, but I've shuffled them a good bit once the air is out. Yeah, that makes a big difference. The air, for sure. The only time I really double sleeve cards from my old passion of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is when they're like super expensive cards or like a deck that I had and I built because of nostalgic reasons. I double sleeve those. But I just really have them for the sake of having them at that point. Oh, another thing, Dawn Dragon. I plan on doing this. Ugh, too many tokens are covering it up. But basically, my first ever thing that I've ever bought of Magic was that collector's booster for the 1/1 ring. Everyone was chasing it. Even though I wasn't into it at the time, I still got it. I didn't pull the 1/1 ring, unfortunately, obviously. But I did pull the Delighted Halfling. I looked it up, and apparently they're pretty spendy. So in order to show my appreciation, I was thinking about giving that away once I reached 25 followers on Twitch. Because every time you log in on Twitch, it like literally shows you that right when you log in. It's like, hey, you don't have 25 followers. So I felt like it was a decent goal. So if you want to win that, maybe I'll see you later. Maybe if you want to follow me. Anyways, yeah, I'm at my limit, my friend. I think I got to leave you hanging. Which I hate doing. it. But also, too, I've last few nights I've played people on stream. So if you ever want to play Magic the Gathering Arena with someone live, come back. I would love to hang out with you again. Would love to. And if I got the chance to play you, it's unbelievable. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Dawn Dragon. Hopefully I see you again soon, but I am going to end the stream. I usually play Commander, but we'll stay for chatting. Hell yeah, my friend. I do eventually. Obviously, I bought these things for pod purposes. So I do plan on playing Commander, making Commander stuff. The hard part is having friends. That's the hard part. But maybe I make some friends and I can stream Commander. That would be freaking sweet. I would love that. Literally love that. That's like a dream of mine. But anyways, now I'm just yapping. So I'll let you go. Hopefully I see you again soon. Dawn Dragon, you were the best. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm ending the stream right now.